Hey, what's up? This is Jason with MonkeyGooseMag.com. I recently had a chance to sit down and have a conversation with the members of the Wind and the Wave before their concert in Phoenix. Check it out. When I saw you guys last year, one of the things I noticed was it was just the two of you on stage.
We added a
Not
third.
anymore.
We added a drummer, yeah.
Added a drummer. So are you still doing? I saw the pedal with the
Loops.
background track. You're still doing that? Or?
Sort of, but the drummer does it now. He drives them
It's
instead
a
of
little
me.
less. It's a little less too.
Less, but instead of me up front, he drives them.
He not only triggers them though, he physically plays them on like what do we call those pad things?
Yeah. He's got an SPD drum pad. We still have our bass in Oregon.
The first time I saw one of those, Death Cab for Cutie, Stubbs Outdoors. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Nice.
Go on.
We have the bass in Oregon and sometimes a shaker, a tam on there, but the drummer plays everything else now. But he actually drives those instead of me in the front now. And next year we'll add another guitarist too. For the new record we just did, it's gonna take another guitarist out there with us. So we're growing.
I can't wait. I
We
really can't wait for that.
I will say this: we enjoyed touring together, separate, just all by ourselves. We even did 15,000 seaters that way, and it was nice. It was fun and a challenge.
Touring that way, yeah, has its challenges.
No, I mean a challenge just on stage.
Yeah.
Not
I
just
know, but
the fact that we
there's
all
so
like
many.
each other.
There's challenges on like so many levels when it's just the two of us.
Yeah. But now we're really looking forward to kind of making this a bigger band, a bigger thing. It's kind
So
of
where
fun.
like almost everything or everything you're hearing is happening in a moment. Like everyone's playing something, and that's what you're
Not the
hearing.
stuff I played on the record.
Okay. Nice. I guess the question originally was going to be why you chose to go that way rather than adding a band. But,
Yeah, the reason
was
was
the band.
honestly
Well, I
the
will
reason
say-
was money right up to the bat.
Yeah.
Even though we were on
You don't have
RCA
any.
and stuff, we didn't have any
You don't have any money.
to like have a big band. So it was like, well, how can we do this? Because we didn't want to just do it
How can
small
we-
because our record's big sound.
Yeah, and exactly. How can we present ourselves most accurately?
So
when
we
we
decided to
recorded
kind of
with
treat it like a DJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were thinking about it in a modern sense, even though we're kind of folky.
But it's actually really fun that way. Like it feels in a way like with the big stomps and claps and grooves, it feels sort of hip hoppy. You take it.
It's
and
really
just,
fun to walk out to a big crowd and see them, her put on an acoustic and me put on electric, and they're expecting like, oh no, here we go,
Right.
super boring, and then it just goes boom like that. That was a cool part of that, and I can't say we would never do that again either.
No,
I mean, I could see us doing it
Like-
that way again for fun.
that is its own thing.
Yeah, it just feels
We
like
might
right now we're
decide to do
growing
that
towards the
just
band. Yeah.
aesthetically, we might just decide to do that one time.
Yeah.
Whenever, yeah.
Very cool.
I like that we have multiple ways of doing it.
Multiple ways of doing it is good for everybody's life in general.
Right.
It's true.
I saw on your website, looking through your bio, I saw where it said that Dwight, you go by the wave, and you're the wind. Did I say that backwards? I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm the wind.
The wind and the wave.
I mean, it didn't originally mean that. It just
No.
kind of came to mean that I kind of, am the genesis of an idea, which is, the wind kind of blowing the water from the back, and then it comes up like this, and when the song's ready for her message, which all the lyrics are her, she kind of takes it, then curls over and drowns somebody with sadness. Hey, here's a really happy song, Patty. I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna drown you with sadness.
But there's some happier stuff. I feel like there's some more hopeful things, like happier things
There's
on
a
this
lot
record.
of-
Except for your
You
wife.
mean on the new record?
Yeah, on the new record. Except for your wife said that she thought it was like the saddest thing ever.
I think the sad ones are really fucking sad on this new
That's
record.
funny because I think there's a lot of happy on this.
But there's a whole lot of sad.
They just have them reversed.
So when
Notice we'll just talk to ourselves. We don't even need to have a question asked. We just start talking. We're idiots.
takes the pressure off me.
Yeah, we're idiots.
So when is the new record coming out? Do you have a plan or?
We're hearing single in February. and then
Oh.
hopefully March or April for the record.
Cool. Can't wait to hear it.
Dude, we're stoked.
Oh, can't wait for you to hear it.
Yeah, we're stoked on it.
So actually, one of my other questions was, you own or own a recording studio,
Yeah.
correct? And produce other artists.
Mhm.
So when it comes to Wind in the Wave, do you give the technical roles to someone else, or do you handle all that too?
Well, the first record I produced and did everything, mixed, played most of it, and then she came and did the part that everyone cares about, which is her vocals.
Aw.
And then this new one, we started twice.
And we were like, I don't know what this song is supposed to be.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's supposed to sound like.
I was getting it wrong. She was getting it wrong. We were both just kind of getting it wrong. So we actually went with a different producer.
I remember, like, a lot of
which we
times.
needed to do.
A lot of times, though, I remember when we listened to those first couple things that we tried to make. I remember liking them, but thinking, that's
Is that?
not.
Yeah. Is that? Yeah.
That's not me. Like, it's cool, but it's not me. Let's move in a different direction. And
Yeah.
Just couldn't feel like we had it right.
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed on the tour that most, maybe every city, you have different opening bands. I'm just curious if you guys ever get to pick them yourself, or do you hear them beforehand, or?
We do get to sometimes. Like my friend Gabe is opening for us. It's the American Spirit, San Diego, and then LA. So we get to pick
And then we have some
stuff, and
friends opening on the East Coast too. But
Yeah.
for us, it's our first headlining tour. So, we're doing numbers like 120 people, 150 people
And
on
a
a
lot
good
of-
night. And with the promoters, we can't afford to bring a band out because you
Yeah.
got to pay them, or the promoter didn't give you much to pay them. And
A lot of
I don't want to bring someone out for $100 a night because we've had to do that.
But that's a
and
hotel room.
And it's real tough.
Yeah, and
So I want to bring out somebody and curate a whole night and show when we can actually pay someone adequately.
but I think
So
every
you know how hard
time
it
we
is.
go out, we get closer and closer to what that is.
Yeah, we're close to that. But we do have approval over the openers. It's kind of like it gets sent and we just go, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
But also, a lot of the bands that we know and like, and our friends and stuff, they're at the same level we are, sort of. Like,
Mhm.
they want to, they want to get to the next level. So, and the best way to do that is just try to make yourself a headliner. You have to just go for it. So it just doesn't make sense for us to ask someone to open for us when they should be doing their own headlining show too.
Agreed.
So-
We need to be a little bigger is the answer.
Yeah.
A very long-winded short answer is we're going to wait till we're a little bigger to curate our own shows. When we're really big, we're going to curate our own
Hey,
shows.
when we're really big.
I was also wondering, your covers EP that came out recently. Interesting variety of songs on it, and I really dig it personally. But I'm just curious, like, since there's so many different eras and everything on there, is there any interesting stories behind any of the choices, or just?
Well,
I just really like that R. Kelly song. I always have.
Yeah, I suggested it and did up a version, and she said, "Oh yeah, I'm singing that." That's pretty much how that one happened. That one
I
happened.
think it was actually my idea, but I'll give it to you.
No way, no way. That one happened purely out of fun. The others started kind of as work in a weird way. We ended up loving them, but like time after time, Grey's Anatomy asked us to do, and we did. Same with Don't You Forget About Me. They had a covers season where they were like, we need a great version of this, and we need a great version of this, so we just did them, and then we just kind of turned them into our own thing. And those actually have done incredibly well. I mean, some of those covers have millions of
Chasing
plays.
Cars.
Millions of plays on Spotify. Those
Nice.
covers, like almost all of them. So those have done really well for us. And that Chasing Cars we have in Grey's Anatomy is that's our biggest hit. It went to like number one in like 7 countries.
Yeah.
It's so
Wow.
weird.
We have people
No
like,
countries you'd want to go to, and
no
we will not
countries.
name them.
You can't tour there.
Yeah, but it was weird. It's such a big song internationally, and such a big TV show internationally. And it was the scene of somebody, big character in that show, dying, right, or his
I don't
funeral.
know.
So it was just like the heaviest moment in the history of that series, and then that cover song played. So it really did a lot for us in terms of getting to know, getting people to know us. What I like about our covers is we try to do our own thing on them. Except maybe on that Orange is the New Black one, or Gene Spector one. That was pretty spot on to what
Yeah.
she did. We're just basically trying to be as awesome as she is.
Yeah, we're just trying real hard.
Not working, but we're trying to.
Do you ever get the time to check out any places you go, or see the city at all during the day, or?
That's really rare.
Yeah, it's usually
And
next
it's
day, an 8-hour
tough
drive.
to do. Travel with lots of gear.
For me, I've toured so much that over my life that I've seen all the things.
I mean, sometimes I'm like, come on, let's go, let's go see. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna take a nap.
Like naps. I've got kids, I don't get those, you know?
Yeah.
I understand.
But no, we don't get to see
But I'm
as
learning to
much.
appreciate optics.
I will say that we did see more when we were on tour in the UK. Because it seemed like it was a show and then 2 days off and then a show. So we definitely walked around with our driver,
I remember
that English
seeing-
dude who's like, I'll show you the great pub.
Right.
It's not big. We just drank the whole time here in the UK.
I remember seeing lots of really iconic places as we were just like driving by them to a meeting or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
driving through Scotland,
Yeah.
or driving through
Yeah.
Ireland, or what? Yeah, driving through London. You were like, oh, that's where the Queen lives. And we were on the way to a
right,
meeting.
Right, at the end of the
Maybe we'll get a chance to see that. No.
Do you have any memorable or favorite shows? Anything like?
I mean, the shows in the UK
We have
stick
a-
out for
we
sure.
We were opening with Stereophonics there, who have, this is their 6th #1 record right now out. We love and miss those guys. But
They're incredible.
we did their American tour here, and then we went with them there, and they were big here,
We
like
went with-
2,000 seaters, and we went to the
By
UK.
chance, we opened for them in America.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that tour, we just like threw it out there. We were like, yeah, if you want to bring us over, it's okay. If you
We were just
want to
joking.
bring us over to
And
the
he's
UK,
like, you fancy a flight?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. You fancy a
You
flight?
fancy a flight? I don't sound anything like
No.
Kelly, but you fancy a flight? And we were like, yeah, we fancy a flight. So those were all 15,000 seaters. Doing it the old way, you were talking about, the 2 of us up there, 2 spotlights,
Looking like ants.
full arena, yeah. Like, no production. They had, shit blowing up and
Yeah.
lights.
So
And
Kelly was like, you can display your band name up
if
there
you would like to
if you
use
want
the screens
to.
for your band
If you
name,
want
feel
to, you
free.
can.
We were just like, 100 people in
We were
their
just like,
crew.
what?
It was like 8 buses and 12 trucks.
We didn't even have any merch. Like, we were so unprepared for
Yeah.
this experience.
But it was great. Except for you not sleeping and literally losing your mind in the last 2 days.
Yeah, it was terrible.
The last 2 days, she hadn't slept. She hadn't kept her shit together. She was
The only-
losing it. And then she's coming down to the car, and she's literally going, I just want to go to the airport. I just want to go to the airport. And she's getting in the cab, and she just slams her head into the side
It
of
was
the
a
cab.
ridiculously, short.
And then
car.
just loses her shit. She just falls apart right in front of Bruce, too.
Yeah.
He was just like,